nights can do for you? You gotta try Dawn Winery's Dandelion Wine.
This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the abyss. The Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover, The scent of the abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
I see everything. Everyone hold hands.
Let's light it up!
Hey,
Stand with me!
everyone hold hands.
Let's light it up! Our bond is strong!
Hey.
Yeah! Stand with me! Let's light it up!
I see everything.
Our bond is strong!
Yeah, grow. Yeah.
Adventure! Stand with me! I'll settle this!
just a few abyss mages? Seems like that. The abyss. It is chaos. And it is also That is why even the dragon of the east and the creatures of the abyss desire nothing less.
You seem to know a lot about...
Well, we do. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. Judging by the traces I'm following. Their neck, perhaps we may find our...
Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Lord of Wolvendom, sharp of fang and keen of claw. And yet dwelling here... No, I only know these things because of previous traveling All right, let's go see...
Well, where do we begin?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flame? Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kind of scary. Let's beat them up first.
Rude. Stand with me.
This way through the river. Whew, that's that. Let's go check out that bonfire. Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss. And there's another one of those bonfire spells. Looks like the Abyss really Yikes! Where do these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
Wrong. Out of my way. Your life is
Have you finished searching? I searched around these parts, but they were left behind by abyss mages. It seems that even an abyss herald would not wish to make. We should leave as well. If there's.
But now we're out of leads.
No. There is. Let's get a move on then. I've heard about what happened to you during Monster, but I suppose that this place is more lair than storm terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin is the first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of Old Mondstadt. The dragon.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, let's go see what the situation.
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Give up. Let's light it up! Stand with me! I'm going in! I'll settle this!
Hey! Share my knowledge!
Submit!
Everyone hold hands!
Stand with me!
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that abyss.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame.
No.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys. Once upon a time, yes.
You know, Dane, you keep talking about. Where are they?
She no longer I'm afraid that traveling can be.
Oh, is that how it is?
I still have some things left unfinished.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? Hey, once you find your sibling, Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay. While you're still traveling, you should.
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know. Whichever it is, we should see it for. We can reach the top of that cliff.
Whoa, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any... My traveling companion brought me... Me? I merely followed my traveling companion Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? But how could that be? You only touched that.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort... As for why...
You're saying some real...
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. At least you now know that she is, at this time, the most important thing, yes. And this is something you must... May you find your kin at the end of that journey.
Huh? You...
Only for now. After all, I did take 5...
It's raining. Fetch an umbrella for me, would you? I have gathered everyone here today to... Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber?
So the rumors are true. No.
The Jade Chamber means a lot. Lady Ningguang, is there any way...
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contact. Nevertheless, I do have a few... The building site has been chosen, and most of the They are as follows. Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang.
Only sufficiently large pieces of plastrite, or specifically, Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical device. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your... I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an...
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ning...
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmuring...
No.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a...
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will... Then we'll never be short of Mora and...
Of course. But the construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site and remember, this is a race against the clock.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, first we gotta get out of Yujing Terrace. Huh? Look!
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this As it happens, we have some information about the materials that
No.
Don't be like that. Why don't you stand there? Oh, right, yeah.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information! Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out. They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some more.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts?
I've already told you. I don't need... If you still can't grasp that, I'm...
Come on, ma'am. You see, it's not about whether you need the info or not, okay?
I won't...
No more excuses! Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, then Shinue Kiosk, then Wanmin Restaurant. Same story each time. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich...
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue, but here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here?
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent...
No, don't...
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name...
I've heard about you two before. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head...
This is Liyue Harbor. There are...
Laws. No. Apparently...
Really? So...
That would be my stomach growling.
She's so on... Wait! That's right! They said you went around all the... Then of course you're still hungry!
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These,
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take... After all, you can't... Psst. You... Seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she...
Are you here to buy some herbs?
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in...
Thank you.
She's real...
My hunger has now abated. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance, after consuming a large quantity.
So, how come you chow down on things? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here, and the food of the mortal realm is most delicious. But should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle, sampling each dish in order to appreciate it.
Return to the mountains.
Enough about me. What?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! And...
I see.
Yep! You get to ask Nick, were you interested in the...
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but... However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would...
Wow! But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier.
Then let's not delay.
Great! Paimon bets...
I am not sure whether, or to what extent, this plan... We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us.
Veto! That is not acceptable!
Really? But I hear that
Look, we want to win this Sunset Vermilion Night, Wonder Course...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So...
Baiju? What are you doing at...
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang...
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boop.
No, we've got other stuff to do.
The variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some, as far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined.
Okay then, let's go out. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all.
Yes! Yeah, the 7 dragons. Still, this time is different. Oh, Traveler, it's you.
Huh? Ganyu, what are you...
Hello. We were just discussing...
Yes. We were just saying how even the audacious...
But we recently received intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
2 big-time...
Yes. They're known as Big Sis...
Oh, Raptor! Paimon remembers he tried to run away from Amber and Mondstadt.
You are correct. She's the head of the treasure hoarders in Liyue. Some say that the god of thieves even bestowed a gift upon her for her exploit.
Anyway, the treasure hoarders discovered some previously unexplored route. Despite how dangerous that makes it, all the treasure hoarders, they have already devised a plan. They will send out a decoy to divert the abyss.
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor...
Grand Thief?
Oh, indeed. He is an extraordinary... The Grand Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that we adventurers look up to great adventurers. Ah, so you're familiar with the author of the Tevat Travel Guide, then? Correct. So, despite being relative big-timers in Liyue and Mondstadt, Big Sis and Raptor had to put in a lot of work to convince a thief of his stat.
With the major changes in Liyue recently, The Ministry of Civil Affairs and the Millilith already have their hand, but anything related to the Abyss makes me feel like they're... So I decided to come to the Adventurers Guild to post a commission.
Leave it.
Oh,
Good to see this in the hands of a reliable guild member.
There are signs of treasure hoarder activity here. They must have come to these ruins. Let's go deeper inside. Paimon sure hopes Ganyu's information is reliable. There aren't many guards here. Looks like their plan to draw away the Abyss Order's forces really worked. More signs that a treasure hoarder was here. This should be the right direction. But why does it feel stranger and stranger as we make it deeper into these ruins? Be careful now. Paimon's right behind you. This looks... Could it be the... Why is he in that position? That's... Why is... And the statue's hands... Paimon remembers they're normal... But... This, And the Grand Thief had... Hello? Paimon doesn't feel so good. Let's get out of here. Ah! We can't stay here! Quick, run!
You have come here. You as a herald. I will...
An abyss herald?
Dainsleif. Oh, did he send you here to die? The abyss is unstoppable.
What is this power? Pirate's never seen it before! Careful! Please don't get cocky! I see everything!
Stand with me! It's nothing!
Your life is mine.
I see. In that case...
Oh, such a strong enemy! Who knew the Abyss Order had monster... Huh? What is it? Oh, right, yeah!
So, we meet again.
Hey, it's Dane!
Judging by your expression, could it be that you encountered an Abyss Herald?
Huh?
I've been on the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you. An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped.
And then, as we got close to the exit, we fought a big battle with that thing.
Yes, this is a rare opportunity indeed.
Let's go! A rare opportunity.
Let's light it up!
Out of my way!
Everyone hold hands! Those Abyss mages just now.
No. They were just digging through.
Oh, is that so? Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits? You know.
They wouldn't be. In fact, I was nearby and they seemed to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain. However, they looked disappointed. So.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
I certainly don't mean to be merciful, but I have a feeling that their plan with this object is one cannot discover the truth, or rather, these Abyss mages likely fear something else, much more than they do
Paimon
All right, we shouldn't waste too much.
A keen eye.
Let's light it up! That's gonna hurt in the morning! Stand with me!
Everyone hold hands! I see everything! Make yourselves at home!
Everybody stand back! Submit!
Hey!
Our bond is strong!
Wow! Besides the... seems wherever we find...
There are no coincidences in the world. Everything is the fruit of seeds planted long ago. Just like your appearance in that tavern, time is just waiting for those seeds to sprout. Forget it. Just some needless musings. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by... Rather, they are both branches that have grown out and up from the same roots.
Branches? Roots? What?
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed
Huh? Conria? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from after the destruction of that nation? Oh. Speaking of Conria... Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain it... Huh? You have memories of being there.
Is that so? Well, but if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Conria you saw, what was it like?
So that's the complete story, huh?
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your...
It seems your sister woke up first.
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Conria plunged the whole world into chaos.
The destruction of Conria? She said...
That destruction you witnessed, that's... It seems the first time you awoke in this world.
Huh. So your sister must have understood...
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path.
Oh, Paimon knows this...
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave, but now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Tevat...
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been... Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, so the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Conria so you could find your sister? Oh, yeah. You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was...
I probably know more about Conria was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans.
A nation?
Later events unfolded just as you...
You mean the...
500 years ago, the gods descended. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything.
Yes, well, Continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits. Let's keep moving.
Over there! Dane was just saying how they... So...
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have... These Ruin Guards were known as Field Tillers.
Field Tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field Tiller was just a code name. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting...
After the destruction of Canria, they wandered aimlessly over the centuries, perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost.
That sounds so sad.
Once you understand more, those but no matter their past, all that remains of...
Give up!
I see everything! The Temple of Wisdom!
Dissipate! Your life is mine! Why do they never miss? This is just my... What a humiliation.
Everyone hold hands! Let's play hurt a little. Ouchie! I see everything!
Couldn't break the curse.
Sharing my knowledge. Huh? This abyss may...
This talisman seems connected to the abyss. Perhaps it really does contain it.
But Paimon can't read the...
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring glory.
What? Is...
Loom of fate. The abyss, seem to be carrying out a... It seems like they are still launching the
Loom of fate? What's that? Is it literally a... From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting... So, Dane, what...
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to...
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean? What do they want with Osile?
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role, though you may not have been aware of it at the time.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. The Abyss Order keeps setting their sights. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osile?
No. From the contents of... They won't just corrupt Osile's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to
Is that it? So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetics...
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. Despite the talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue and the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven.
The eye of the very first field tiller?
It would seem so.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically...
Yes. According to the Tao, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to...
Oh boy, the Abyss... Since no one knows where the first field tiller... Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to...
The cathedral.
Huh?
Nothing.
We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Children, come.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, no. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very much. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, that simply won't do. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? I will not go into too much detail. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created...
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a...
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world... But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just
That's right! Finding...
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no... What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find... Well, For starters, I require some shimmer soil for... You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. So in any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not... Goodness knows if that child will succeed.
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Gran...
Yes.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to...
Oh, maybe so. Who can say?
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here, Yenfei, I believe you already heard of the traveler.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Milliliths. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all a shame that we didn't meet if we had. Well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has... If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the business. You'll have to excuse Yenfei. She's always been...
Paimon was gonna ask the same question.
An Adeptus? I guess. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and that they had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of...
Is that so? Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way?
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go.
Whoa, that's a really thick...
Commercial consultancy. Or... Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal... So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some smaragdus... Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just...
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us. Best we be a little more careful.
Hello, Mr. Crossel.
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your...
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did acquire a small piece of Miss Yenfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhi Qiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or... In return, I included a clause that guarantees the smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty...
Guaranteed genuine? With 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown...
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance.
In that case, might you know where Monsieur Chow lives?
Oh, of course. She wrote her ad.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell.
You can't beat the atmosphere here.
Wanlin Bookhouse. Guess this is where we go to buy books in Liyue. Should we ask here if they have a copy of the Liyue volume of the Teyvat Travel Guide?
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there—
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from my associates and I are very interested in them.
The hairpins. I don't know how it could have happened. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, my family is in the ore business. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants— That's what the hairpins were for, to— But now that I've lost the hairpin—
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong—
Would you really? I sent a commission to the adventurer—
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet.
Huh? Well, I mean, sure.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor. True.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you— Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation, and given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid into the—
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so whichever way you look at it, we've got—
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any—
Please. Please, however much it is, I will have to pay it. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. So hold on a moment, Monsieur Chow.
What did I feel? Well, I remember my family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past.
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. You lost them?
I'm sorry.
Mora! Do you have any idea? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do— It was in fact genuine Smaragdus—
Of course! Genuine article
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide—
Thank you very much. How could she lose my head?
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that.
Please wait, Monsieur Chow. It's not convenient to speak here, so—
Miss Yanfei, what—
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not—
What do you mean?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of— I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is if mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even Monsieur Chow, did you at any time feel—
No, not at all.
Now that is strange. If I've deduced correctly, He may still have the Smaragdus.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would. And then he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr.
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? It feels like Yanfei is even more.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract can.
I understand. Then I will be glad to.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay, and I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7.
This contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract.
I've had a read through.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might, I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their... But again, let's not dwell on this. I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the... If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all...
Why, hello there, honored customer. Sure.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named...
A Snezhnayan merchant... I do remember that. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if... He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it... Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at...
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-section... Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus...
A thin layer of...
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy.
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how...
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great... These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, and I'm sure the significant...
All right, let's focus up.
But never mind, Shirto.
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind...
Miss Yanfei?
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell didn't...
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the...
Then I have no further questions. But could I...
Of course.
Oh, I have my reasons. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings are...
Yes, I see.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident. Just a...
With this hard evidence to back us up?
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Singxi.
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people come to me for... As you know, Liyue Harbor is the... But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily... As such, legal advisors like...
So you help them make sense of the law?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle. You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out... Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like...
Again, with that cat?
Well, that's that then. Let's...
Miss Yenfei, it's you.
Have no further trouble from then on? Has a merchant by the name of
Crosel. Yes, I remember him. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some. This order was on hold for a very long time.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence.
Miss Sinksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to...
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite... Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar. I also kept a copy for my own records. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jade.
Thank you, Sinksy. Now...
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway.
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone...
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make...
The weirdo with the snake around his neck?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement once we have this final piece of evidence in our...
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well? Now that's an even rarer
No. I'm here this...
Smaragdus jadeite? Why, yes, the Seven Mountain Treatises states that this substance it is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it... Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way. I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official...
That is indeed the case.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are... But after I gave him my reply, his expression... I wonder, Miss Yenfei.
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr.
You're too kind.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well...
Miss Yanfei, have you finished?
Yes. My investigation...
Wonderful. Well, then...
Of course. Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10...
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her?
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article...
Material evidence? What material? I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite, and...
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. This is a processing record from the
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate. In any case, Smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of
That's an unsubstantial...
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantial.
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't...
Hard evidence. Something legally binding.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the ministry...
Our second piece of evidence didn't...
You know, you could...
Of course I'm right. All the evidence...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do... Traveler, would you do the honors? Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster. Sustained contact with Smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild... Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these... No idea, you say? I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work. However, I'm sure that the ministry will be... Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their...
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell.
Huh? No, I...
Aren't actually inlaid with genuine smaragdus. You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that... Mr. Crossell, your aunt...
He's seriously intimidating right now.
I admit it. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time, but after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that that's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus Nephrite. I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them.
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal—
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, if word got out that I sold them—
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction.
10 times.
Kroso looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract—
20%? That's as much as I spent on that
There's no need. It's fine. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake. However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't—
What? But
Miss Yanfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus Jadeite over to you.
Well, that's not quite how the rules—
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yanfei.
Oh, come on. No need to